We waited years for them to finally do it, and they did do it. They put Lord Slug into Dokkan. Now, there's actually two Lord Slugs. There is a free-to-play Namekian category leader unit, and there is also this version right here that goes into the giant Namekian. This Lord Slug is low-key actually one of the better units that you could pull, I would say, from the unfeatured SSR pool moving forward. And I actually decided to go ahead and rainbow him because I thought he could be useful on several different teams. So let's go ahead and 100% him, and let's test him out. I figure we'll test him out on the Movie Boss category team because like any unit that can be on the Movie Boss category team, they're going to perform their best on that team thanks to Turles. Turles is just incredible. So now, without further ado, let's hop into an event and let's test out our boy Lord Slug. Alright guys, so of course we're going to be using Lord Slug on the Movie Boss category team. I decided we'd hop in without any LRs because frequently I think people, they like to see, the full LR teams, but I think a lot of you guys also sometimes do want to see, like, teams that are devoid of LRs, right? Now, I would say the Movie Boss team it's just so damn good. The Movie Boss team does not need any LRs. It doesn't. It's because you have the Golden Frieza units who completely reduce damage. Both the Tech and the AGL one just don't take damage whatsoever. Then you have Janemba, who is a top-tier defensive unit. And on this team, Janemba will look really good a lot of the time. And then, of course, you also have Final Form Cooler, who you guys all know. 100% attack, 100% defense. He can do both. Very, very solid unit. Like, you have so many, like all the movie, like, villains, Dokkan just always makes them insanely good. So this category is just crazy, right? Which we're about to see right here. Okay, so, ooh, perfect. Now, what I want to do, I'm actually going to have this Metal Cooler right here. I'm going to have him link up with our boy Lord Slug. Because Lord Slug, his links, they're not the greatest, and they're really good at the same time, right? Like both of them. Like, he has a couple of common attack links, like Thirst for Conquest and Nightmare. Lord Slug's only problem is he does struggle with key links. He's got something like Namekians rather than, like, Fear and Faith. Namekians is fine for the Namekian team, but, like, they're still not, like, a real Namekian category leader yet. Wow, look at Turles' attack stat, by the way. 1.1. Come on. And then there's Janemba, 1.7. Like I said, Janemba's pretty good on this team. This team is just so fucking good. I try and tell people, the Movie Boss category team, at this point, fuck it. Movie Boss category team has become my favorite team. We're going with that. That's like when people say, Truth, what's your favorite team? Movie Boss category team. Put it in the books. That's it. Boom. Done. Movie Boss category team. That's one reason I decided to rainbow this Slug, is because, like, I just love using this team so much. Fuck it. Another rainbow unit to just toss on here and let him put in work. I'm down with that. And then this AGL Frieza. I was going to 100% this Frieza for the new stages of Super Battle Road. He's also incredibly good for the Family Kamehameha EZA. But AGL Golden Frieza at 1% in the dupe system is still able to completely tank the new stages of Super Battle Road. So I was like, well, I guess I don't need to give him any fucking orbs after all. Okay, so this is the ideal setup for Slug right here. Okay, perfect. And he's going to get hit before he attacks, which is something we want too. So Slug, he gets an attack and defensive buff of 80%, which is good. But then after he gets hit, he gets an additional buff of 50%. With 2 support units on rotation, so 1.5, 1.6, 1.7. See? Lord Slug is good, bro. Goodbye, Cooler. Yo. Yeah. Okay, so once Slug gets hit, just like LRBers, they activate the second part of their passive, which makes them crazy. The way that second part of their passive is calculated makes it so if you have a couple of their links active or a support type unit on rotation, they are going to be putting in crazy numbers. So that's why I wanted to have SLUG on that rotation with Metal Cooler is going to be absolutely perfect. And then here, we'll just Janemba, Final Form Cooler, and then Golden Frieza right here. A flawless defensive rotation. Cooler's done, by the way. Even though we don't have, 1.1 even without a Turles on rotation, and then once Turles is on rotation, it's just GG. Like, the only thing is I can't use this team too much, because y'all are going to start getting annoyed of me just slurping this team constantly. Like, I have nothing negative to say. Look at this! It's so casual, so easy. We're just chilling. Like, and like, these units, Janemba, Final Form Cooler, are not units that have to be rainbowed to be good either. So, like, would I recommend a free-to-play player to summon on Turles' banner? His banner's bad, but if you already have Janemba, you know, if you've already got Final Form Cooler, if you have either the Tech or the AGL Golden Frieza, I mean, I'm certainly not going to blame you for summoning on the banner, because Turles, he gets a lot of shit done. He gets a lot done. So we blitzed through that event like I thought we would. Here, we'll go ahead and hop into one more, because, you know, I'm not going to miss an opportunity to use this Movie Boss category team. No way. Alright, so we are in the Super Saiyan 3 Bardock event. That's a little bit more of a recent event. Maybe it'll be, you know, a better test for this Movie Boss category team. Spoiler alert, it won't. I do not think even Bardock will make us use an item, even without any LRs on the squad. It's just, the team is just too good. I have not had any problems, like, supporting units on this team with, like, orbs and shit. Like, Metal Cooler, right? Even though Metal Cooler is a support type unit, usually you don't really want to put orbs into, like, support type units, because you're not just going to be able to maximize them. Let's push Metal Cooler off rotation. That way he can link up with SLUG. I want to get him next to SLUG, because that'll activate both of his attack links, Thirst for Conquest as well as Nightmare, which Metal Cooler has both of. But Metal Cooler, because, like, there's so many different teams I would use him on, and, like, I just use him constantly, I'm like, fuck it, I'll just give him orbs. That's what I've started to do. If there's a unit that I use a lot, I'll just say fuck it, and I'll just give him orbs. Like it's whatever. At this point, I've noticed that, like, on JP, they seem to give us pretty much enough orbs. Like, you know, you guys know, like, I have, like, I think one more rainbow. I think I have 78 rainbow units as of right now. The Int LR Goku from Super Battle World would be 79 for me. So, like, they give us more than enough orbs. Wow, he's stunned. Goodbye. Just casually mopping this away. Goodbye, my son. Just so casually just shitting on events. I love it, bro. Okay, so we'll put Cooler first. Oh, yeah, that's right. They do have the special link. I did forget about that. Strongest clan in space is the special link here. So, like, any Frieza race unit will do monster damage to Bardock here. Even, you know, Cooler is type disadvantage right here, and if he crits, it's going to be, wow, 800,000 with type disadvantage. That is so good. Whew. 500 from AGL Final Form Frieza. Damn. See, like, that's another unit I was thinking about rainbowing. Again, just because I use him so often, like, I might as well just put orbs into him, because a lot of times support units, like, giving them orbs doesn't, like, dramatically increase the amount of damage they will do, but the one thing it will do is allow them to not get absolutely blitzed on, like, the back end of your rotations. Like, you know, Turles right there. If he was at the end of the rotation and he's not a unit I've given orbs to, he would take monster damage from the attacks he would take at the end there. So that's why I've started to give certain support type units orbs. Another one I'm really thinking about is the Tien, the 40% super tech support type unit. Wow, it's a lot of damage right there. What is Cooler? Cool, 800,000 attacks. Okay, that's pretty good. Another unit I've really considered giving orbs to, yeah, is that Tien, because you run him on a rotation with LR Super Saiyan 3 Goku sometimes. Like that, he gives more ki to LR Super Saiyan 3 Goku than like any other unit. And since you're going to want to run him on a rotation, he's going to get hit a lot. So that's why you're going to get an extreme benefit from giving him orbs, because you're not going to have to blow through a million items if, you know, maybe you give him 20, like, you know, well, not 20 dodge, but 15 dodge I think would be sufficient, because he can't get to 20 dodge. Like, I'm really thinking about that. Only thing is, I imagine those units will eventually awaken. I want to see what happens to them when they awaken. Will they become, like, category support units? Like, would the Tien become like an Android or a Cell Saga support type unit? You know, would Kabe become like a pure Saiyan support type unit? Like, would the Kid Gohan, the Int one, become a hybrid Saiyan support type unit? Like, I'd be very curious to see what they do with that, because you could build several different, like, really good category support units from those characters. So I have no idea what they're doing. I don't think they're just going to make them an upgraded version of the, like, mono-typing supports either, unless they're going to give us new mono supports in the future. Like, you know, they give us a super tech leader that's like 200% or something like that. That's pretty much the only way I'd see them just directly upgrading them in that manner. But, alright. So here you guys go. Movie Boss category team, just absolutely casual. No items needed on, like, any event. Turles, for what it's worth, he has a medium chance to stun as well. Even if a lot of bosses are immune to it in the early parts of events, like, you could just tear through. Big fan of the team. So this dude right here, this is the dreaded Super Namekian Slug Giant. He can go giant form, by the way. So he is a giant category leader. Key 3, HP attack and defense 120%. So, you know, Tapion, AGL Tapion's 150%. This slug is 120%. This slug also gives extreme physical types, Key 3, HP attack and defense 70%. So this slug works as a capable leader in Dokkan Battlefield as a sub-leader unit. The only problem is that this slug was featured on the LR Bardock banner, so he was not easy to get whatsoever, because you had the same chance of getting him as LR Bardock. So this is a unit people will slowly pull over time, unfeatured from banners, rather than like getting him from that featured LR Bardock banner. His super attack is the Darkness Eye Beam, which does supreme damage and greatly lowers defense. His passive skill is Legendary Super Namekian, which gives him an attack and defensive buff of 80%. Then he gets an additional 50% for 5 turns after being attacked. And he also has a medium chance to turn giant up to 2 times. We hate that giant transformation shit around here. It's a Great Ape type of transformation, not the good one. His links are Metamorphosis, Namekians, Big Bad Bosses, Thirst for Conquest, Nightmare, Shattering Limit, and Transform. If this guy had Fierce Battle, he would be OP. Like, he'd be too good for, like, an unfeatured SSR. With Fierce Battle, would he be able to get to a 2 million attack stat? It'd be real close. So, I understand why he does have Shattering Limits. Interesting, too, that he does have Metamorphosis and Namekians, 2 healing links. So, you know, you can get Metamorphosis pretty easy on the Movie Boss team as well. His 12 key multiplier is 140%, which is fine, but if they had given this fucker immense, if they'd given him like a 145% 12 key instead, he would be crazy. And then he also has 3 categories, of course. He is on the Movie Boss category, his best team. He's also on the Namekian category, where he is the best unit on the category for sure. And then he is also on the Giant category, where... Is he the best unit on the Giant category? I think so. It's either him or Great Ape Turles. Him and Great Ape Turles are fighting for that top spot. I think Great Ape Turles might be a little better because he gives himself Ki, which will be very good on that Giant team too. So it's close, it's close. But Turles or this Lord Slug are definitely the best units on that Giant team. Another reason I didn't mind rainbowing this Slug is because he's so good on those two lesser categories, the Namekian category and the Giant category. Again, when Super Battle Road gets updated and those two get category stages, this Lord Slug will be a big factor in that. So, do give him orbs, I guess, in case that does happen. But, alright guys, that will do it for today. Physical Lord Slug, a beast. Very happy, very excited that he's finally in the game. And of course, we know our boy Wokey is happy as well. Shout outs to him. I'll catch y'all next time.